When looking at Toronto's skyline, it always feels like change is happening. Head to Yonge and Queen's Quay, it'll be front and center over the next few years.
It's a little city in its own, and we want to be able to have a community that everyone can actually see.
Anson Kwok is with Pinnacle International. His company is in the midst of transforming this block. 3 office buildings and 3 residential. A new community center, walking track and dog run will be here too. A couple of hotels and retail spaces are also in the mix. But it's SkyTower that can make history here if planning applications get the go-ahead.
We've decided to pursue 105 stories. Obviously, it would be the tallest building in Canada, surpassing the 100-story plateau, but that's what we designed for.
Kwok says unit prices range from $900,000 to $4 million. Even at its current approved 95 stories, SkyTower would be Toronto's tallest. The one at Bloor and Yonge is looking to come in at 94 stories. First Canadian Place is currently the tallest and would be 30 floors and 50 meters less.
For me, what is most important when we're looking at development and growth is that we're creating complete communities in our downtown neighborhoods.
Councillor Asma Malik was just elected to represent this area. She's waiting to hear planning staff's recommendations on the proposal, but adds voters demanded more public recreational space amid the sea of new condos.
This is a place where we have to be growing in a smart way that ensures that we have what we need to actually create livable neighborhoods.
New Toronto Centre Councillor Chris Moyes says it's something he wants to push too.
We want people to come here, live here, work here, and spend their money here. But we must make sure that, we have the infrastructure in place for that to happen.
Maddie Simiatiki at the University of Toronto says with record housing demands, soaring buildings like SkyTower in Toronto and elsewhere aren't surprising, even though the economics can be trickier.
Developers around the world are reaching for the sky. And the reason is the taller you go, if you can sell the units, you're making money out of thin air.
He noted this location benefits being close to Union Station, but he added these types of towers impact our water lines and sewers as much as social and healthcare infrastructure. To help appreciate the scale of SkyTower, One World Trade Center in New York is roughly the same number of floors and 100 meters taller. That city typically has only seen 100 plus floors in office towers.
For residential, that is very new. And also sparking some controversy.
Mark Norman at NYU said residential units at high levels are fetching between $6 and $80 million, emphasizing extra density doesn't necessarily mean solving housing needs.
When you get to those heights, you're basically making a statement. You're not necessarily doing it. It's not the most prudent financial model.
Back in Toronto, Kwok said the foundational infrastructure to add another 10 floors is already in place. The hope is it can go ahead.
Beating 100 stories is definitely something that obviously a lot of development fans definitely have been wanting someone to go over 100, but we also believe it's the right location.
Nick Westoll, City News.